YouTube. The Pete's Powerwall on a extreme budget is still up and running. I haven't been around for a little while. I had a cold, my yearly summer cold, and been working quite hard with the summer holidays. Now the kids have gone back. It's meant to quieten down a little bit, but it hasn't. I'm still a bit bunged up from my cold, and my voice has been in and out. But the Powerwall is up and running. We have made a few changes, which I'm not letting you see yet. We've added a few things. We've got more cells in there. Basically, whilst I went away, ill and away from YouTube, I've been taking out the original packs. I've been charging them, discharging them, charging them back up, whilst I was waiting for my new charge controller to come in. I've put some of these packs back in, and I've also made new packs from cells sub 1800 milliamp, which I'm not willing to include in my Powerwall project. So they're all here, and they're all here, and there's about another 4 or 5 packs in the lean-to charging up. By the time I've added all these in, we'll be looking at about 2.7 kilowatts. Of course, we don't want to use all of that. We are nursing these cells. We have a 24 volt fuse board, which I actually took out about 3 weeks ago, so I had that in stock. This is second hand. Most of this stuff is second hand, I'll be honest. We've got a 30 amp supply to the lean-to on a 10mm audio cable. We've got 15 amp supply to the 12 volt step down converter. Got a supply down under the bench ready for connecting a UPS should we need to on a higher load. Permanent supply for the buck converter in there, and a 5 amp supply for relay shed lights, which I will go into another video. That's the little step down converter I'm using currently as it's in stock. Now, as you're aware, I'm using lots and lots of second hand materials for this. I haven't put any money into materials as such. Cables, solder, some of the tabbing wire I bought the fuse wires for these various cells for about 5 on eBay for hundreds of meters. All of the enclosures, fuse boards are second hand. I've purchased recently a kilowatt hour meter which is plugged in, which measures the kilowatt hours on the 240 volt side. The Turnigy meter measures everything on the 24 volt side, including the inverter. Currently we haven't killed that one off yet, so we're still having to run that off of the 12 volt buck converter. Step down converter. I've got to move the solar up to there, up the top. There is some gubbins in there that I need to explain in a further video. Once I've got everything complete, I just need to do a little bit more work. Material wise, I've just got hold of loads of 10mm steel armour from a off-cut on a job, so I've managed to upgrade most of my cables to 10mm squared, so we should be able to run a 50 amp system, 50 amp load, but currently there is still a 30 amp fuse up here controlling the load side. From the charge controller, I've been an idiot most of my solar days with the charge controllers. I've been putting inverters and all sorts of high loads on the load side of the charge controllers I've been using, but this time around we just have a independent 30 amp fuse coming with supply coming away from the batteries, of which we can upgrade to 50 amp once I've upgraded one more set of cables, and that is the cables from the back of the Powerwall to the battery isolator up there, which is currently under construction. So I'm going to leave this video here. I've got lots of things to finish off before I disclose any further progress. But as I say, please bear with me. Most of this is on a budget. I haven't spent much money on this at all. I'm waiting for materials to come in from jobs that I can use offcuts on. Thanks to the person who alleviated me of all my scrap previously. We are behind, but we are getting there. Just trying to overwinter this project, get it sort of ready so I don't have to do too much whilst I'm out here. I have yet to send off the SBMS for Dacian to repair and invoice me for. But what I'm going to do is, because I was hoping to get hold of a solar charge controller that was very similar, had the common negatives, but it wasn't possible, so there will be a small amount of work to swap the common positive with the common negative, and whichever way around we need to go. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comment, rate, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.